Hey, where are you right now? Look behind you. Jeff, at the end of the day, a point is a point. You contribute to that, but how tough is it to climb all the way back into a game like that and then go into OT and lose it in the end?
Yeah, I mean, we can't have the start like we did tonight. We can't continually spot teams 2-3 goal leads and expect to come back. But tonight we did. We battled, but the results weren't the best in the end.
Off of probably what was the best game of the year in New York, and then, like you said, you spot 2 games in a row, your opposition 3 goal leads in the first period. Just what do you think is contributing to that right now?
It's our starts. I don't know. I don't think we're ready to play in the start, but I mean, we've showed in New York that we were ready to play in the start of the game, but the past 2 games we haven't been ready to start the games.
How was it maybe a little bit different than Nashville, or was it the same when you guys got down those 3 goals? And how did the bench handle things coming back tonight?
Well, I mean, we showed against Nashville that we can battle back, and we continued to do that today. We knew that coming in after the first, there were still 40 minutes left, and that team has the ability to give up goals. So it was just to keep fighting, and that we can't give up the battle.
Is there any solace in the single point?
I mean, yeah, it shows a lot that we battled back, but we'd like to get to there.
To get a better start, and it didn't happen. It was about the same feeling as the last game, and you get down 3-0 in this league. It's tough to come back, no matter how much firepower you have up front. And I thought we did a good job of not giving up, but the start just killed us.
Just not capitalizing there on that power play. That could have been the difference for you guys to pick up the 2 points.
At the last one?
Yeah, the last one there.
Yeah, it was a great chance. We only had 24 seconds, and Ebbs made a great shot. It hit the crossbar, unlucky.
Ryan, just when you guys went down 3-0 again, was there any sense of, here we go again, or how did guys kind of take on that task?
Well, I think both games we've shown some good character in the way that we haven't just thrown in the towel and said, well, okay, they can have this one. We battled back hard against Nashville, and we did the same tonight, and we got a point out of it tonight. But it shows that some good things there for sure, but it can't happen. We can't go out there and get down 3. We got to go out there, especially at home, and build a lead right off the start.
How well things went, sorry, Brendan, just in New York, when you guys give up these 3 goal leads like that, you're sitting there going, like, what the heck just happened, especially given the way we played a few days ago?
Yeah, I think you can notice a pretty big difference the way that we started the game against New York. We started the game against a few of those teams in the East compared to the way we started against Nashville and again tonight. And I know we can tell the difference, and it's something that we got to address and we got to take care of.
Did you think Petry could shoot that hard?
At the end of the day, every team goes through it. It's not an excuse.
Is it the other team taking its foot off the gas, or do you guys get a second wind, or what happens there?
That's a question we won't know until we kind of start playing from the start. And you're right on. I think we push even harder in this game than we did against Nashville. But for me, it's almost we found a way to have a point tonight, which is big, but it's meaningless. We're just kind of getting ground back from what we dug ourselves a hole there in the first, and can't have that.
David, vous le savez que là, vous perdez 2 matchs.
Good.
letting them come back in, kind of maybe not trying to play tight, take the game back?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we talked about each intermission is we didn't want to let them back in, and we made a couple mistakes here and there resulted in that. I mean, credit to them for pushing, but in overtime there, we weren't letting that one slip away. I mean, last couple games we went in overtime, we did, and this time was a little different, and I mean, great shot by Hoff.
Yeah, maybe just tell us about that setup and that goal. I mean, that had to feel good.
Yeah, I was a little mad at myself for that. I guess that their second goal there, I was caught out, and I mean, stuff's going to happen out there, but I really wanted to take it upon myself. And Carl did a great shot on net. I think he broke the defender's stick, which opened up my lane, and great support by Hoff. I mean, he's got that awesome shot, and I mean, he threw it on the net, and it went in.
Reflect on the night for me. I mean, you're back here, all the neat things like the anthem and seeing the banners and all that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, first thing I noticed was the banners, especially skiing this morning and going through that. And a great night with Military Knights. I mean, always good to give back to them. And again, that little tribute there, that picture was pretty cool. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. And I mean, I love playing in this rink. I love the city of Edmonton. And I mean, I guess good thing we stole that extra point out of here. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. But all in all, I mean, it's a night I'll never forget.
Weird stuff too, like the other bench.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't embarrass myself, but no, it is a little different. I mean, warming up in the other end and all that, but again, I'm just happy to be back here. It was a lot of fun.
Another day of questioning about your first goal, but how was it getting the game assist on the game winner?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, it's going to come, and I didn't get many opportunities. I don't even think I had a shot on net tonight, so that's, if you're not going to shoot, you're not going to score, so that's one thing I want to change, but again, I mean, I'm just trying to contribute wherever I can, and I'm glad I could help out on the overtime winner.
Former Edmonton Oilers.
We're rolling here, and it was good to get the win here tonight, even though we kind of had a little letdown in the third period, but we still got 2 points.
Walk us through the overtime.
Yeah, they ended up breaking a stick, so it was kind of a little 4-on-3 for us, and try to find the soft spot of ice in the middle there, and Curtis found me, and I put it through around the D and found the back of the net.
All right, in the first period as well, found the back of the net. I think goals in 5 games maybe. You just get that feeling right now that your shot is paying off.
Yeah, that's how the game goes. Sometimes you're hot and sometimes you're cold. So, I'm feeling good right now, and pucks are finding the back of the net, and just hope it can continue.
You talked about the letdown in the third period. Was it a mentality thing, more of trying to protect a lead than anything else?
Yeah, I think so. Usually we're pretty good about that stuff, but they did make a good push, and had a lot of chances. Anderson made a lot of good saves as well. So, going to the overtime, it still gave us a chance to get 2 points, and that's what happened.
Just how important was the extra point here tonight?
For sure.
Was a simple case of playing not to lose, basically, when you were trying to hold on to the lead?
I mean, you could use those words. I think it was just a couple of mental mistakes where we just, we were unsure of what to do with the puck when we got it. And, we're in the first period we were crisp. We knew exactly where to go with the puck right when we got it, and we just had that moment of hesitation in our game there in the third, and they capitalized and pressured us and forced us to turn the puck over.
You knew this. An unexpected wave of emotions for the final almost 45 minutes.
Well, I thought it was obviously a response from the Oilers team, and we knew that they could skate and that they had good team speed, and if we let them get out and get skating, they'd be a handful, and they certainly were. In the first period, we contained it pretty well and did a good job of skating ourselves and controlling the puck, executing with the puck much better than we obviously did as the game wore on. But at the end of the day, we found a way to win a game on the road. So it's a great effort by the team.
Must be happy or pleased with the opportunity to have some confidence in a couple of young players to throw them out in the overtime the way you did.
Well, the best players have to play. Whoever's playing the best during the game, it's my job to make sure they're on the ice to give us a chance to win. And I thought that the people we played in overtime in the pairs were the best pairs that we had throughout the game, and that we needed to have them on the ice to have a chance to win.
Did you get a sense that there was a mentality shift maybe in the second period, just trying to protect that 3-goal lead?
Well, I think the mentality shift, I think, came from Edmonton more than it came from us. I thought they came out and really tried to establish their game, and they did a good job doing that. Even though they took 2 penalties, I thought that part of the game ended up being where it started to change for us. I thought we, instead of, if we can come out in one of those 2 power plays and bury a goal and make the 4-0, that could take an awful lot of jump out of them. And I thought they got some momentum from the way they killed the penalty. They actually had a scoring opportunity on it, and I think that's when the momentum started to turn for them. And we didn't do a particularly good job of stemming the tide once it started to turn.
All well and good to get a single point in overtime or a shootout, but you've gone to so many of them so far. How important is the 2 points here tonight?
Well, I think you don't make up ground or get ahead in this league by ones. Like, you got to do it by twos, and this is an important game for us, important time of year for everybody in the league, and all the games are important. Everyone's going to come and play hard, and we have to make sure that we continue to do that too, and take your wins when you get them, and lick your wounds when you don't, and get ready for the next game, because it's coming real quick.
Some somber news tonight. Your GM came out, Brian, and talked about his health on television tonight. Can you just give us a thought of where the team is and how you're feeling about that?
Well, I think the team has obviously tremendous respect for Brian and for what the fight that he has in front of him and going through, and the team stands behind him, 100%. And we know that we're all going to be there with him and help him as best we can. But I think the story that he tells, we haven't been able to see it ourselves yet, but we know that the type of person that he is, it was very well done, and that we're all there and we're all standing behind him.
Thanks, Coach.
You guys responded in the second and third period after a really slow start.
Yeah, we couldn't get our feet underneath us early, and not only our feet, but our brains weren't working either. And that's the challenge of those trips. You come back and you try to find the right recipe to come out of it. But the time zones and the travel, it just doesn't line up well. And but yeah, I was impressed that we chipped away at it and stuck with it, and it turned into more of a mental battle to get through that. And so good to get the point, but we would like them both.
Your point where you kind of had to stop the bleeding there in the second before you can kind of turn the tide and start going that way, because they had a couple of chances in the second.
Yeah, they had their chances. I thought we had our chances too, but Yeah, you can feel the guys going through it on the bench, and they don't feel right, and they don't understand why their legs aren't working, and they're a little dopey, and I've seen it in the past where guys will just say, I'm done tonight, and we didn't get that. We had guys that were trying everything they could to get back in that game.
With the emphasis you've had on the military with everything you did leading into the season and everything, did you mention the military after the first period at all? Or?
No.
On Keith Ollie, what kind of impact did he make in that second period? It seemed like he sort of was one of the reasons you guys were able to start turning the tide.
Yeah, Keith played another solid game for us. He he brings a physical presence. He keeps it simple, and obviously they took exception to some of his physical play.
Dallas, a couple of games here where you've spotted 3-0 leads and you've been digging your way out. I know you talked about heavy legs from the trip or whatever the case is. I mean, how frustrating is it to be having to work your way back into games instead of being there in the first one?
Yeah, it's frustrating. We're just talking as a staff. You can't spot teams three goals in this league and expect to be able to battle back every night. So, something that we'll talk about, and it's something that we don't want to make it a common occurrence. Terry?
Speak to the game that Ducek, particularly.
It's fun to watch him. It's fun to watch this kid grow into whatever player he's going to turn into. But he's been a horse for us on that road trip. And tonight you could just, as he was battling through too, you could see him, his eyes narrow, and him dig his heels in and basically say, I'm going to change this game now. And so impressed.
And Eberle got his 100th goal as an Oiler as part of that thing. Any thoughts there?
He'll be scoring a lot more than 100 as an Oiler, that's for sure, but a great accomplishment.
No, with Nuge, you didn't get very many grab the game by the throats, follow me type deals like you've obviously all had a couple, but how good of a sign is that going forward?
Well, it's a great sign, and it's something that as these guys mature, I think you're going to see more and more of, and they're able to do it not just occasionally anymore. They're getting to a point. They're not there yet, but they're getting to a point where they're strong enough to do it, confident enough to do it, mentally tough enough to do it, and it's part of their development. It's like I said, we saw a bunch of them on the road trip, but I think our fans got a very clear view of which way this young man's going.
When it comes to Jeff Petrie, I know he was kind of playing catch up because he missed training camp. You kind of see him back to where you kind of hoping he was, hoping he would be at the beginning of the year, I guess, if he hadn't missed training camp.
Yeah, like anytime you miss any kind of part of training camp, it usually doesn't bode well for you early. And but Petey's a really fit kid, and plays a hard game every night, and gets a lot of tough matchups. So it was great to see him get rewarded. We've been trying to push him along to. We think he's got more offense to give, and really trying to get all of our D to join, and him joining on that rush obviously paid off tonight.
When you're behind like he was, I guess, is it easy to say like he wants to concentrate on his defensive part of the game before he gets the offensive going? I guess, was that maybe the case a little bit early? You just wanted to shore up his own end before he starts taking on.
Yeah, and it's stepping out of your comfort zone. It's a lot of guys coming up. It's hey, just play defense, and they're never encouraged to jump. So why would you just play, do what you're being asked of you? And so we want all of our offensive guys that have offensive skill to be part of our defense, and we want our defensive guys to be part of the offense. And we know certain guys can handle their skill level if they're whether it's defense or offense better than the other. But it's a team game, and everybody has to be responsible for both putting points on the board and keeping them off.
Dallas, the idea was to have two goalies that are going to challenge for that spot back and forth. Can you just comment on what you've been getting from your goalies lately, and are you at all concerned?
Well, I'm not concerned. Do we wish we could have played better in certain games this year? Absolutely. Has our goaltending been up to speed? No. But neither is our team game. It's we're trying to find consistency, and I think our goaltending is trying to find the same. The thing that I am encouraged about is that we've got two highly competitive guys with a lot of pride, a little bit of moxie, and we're confident that their games will rise up.
Dallas, you seem to anticipate that legs and maybe the start might be a problem. Even this morning, you seem to think, coming back off a road trip, it was a concern. Are there things that you build into the game plan to account for that?
Yeah, you try. The biggest thing is just to plant the seed that your head is going to have to drive your body tonight, and because know that you're going to be uncomfortable, and it's not just our team, it's every team in the league that goes on these long trips and they come home, they're dead. I've seen it in the other organization I work for. I see it right across the league. When I talk to other coaches in the league, it's always the same story, and everybody's searching for the magic bullet to get out of it, and the problem is there isn't one. And so the best thing we can do is talk about it, give them the heads up that, hey, this is going to be a struggle, and you have to be mentally ready to battle through it and to not quit. And that was the one positive that we really take out of the game is our guys didn't turn away from the struggle. They kept climbing up that mountain trying to find some kind of level space so they could get their feet underneath them.
You need more guys like Ollie in the early going?
Yeah, Keith was good early. We had a number of guys that were.
Physically, you got it.
Physical or fights?
Which one? Both.
Oh, well, if you're playing real physical, usually it draws a crowd, and that's what Keith has to bring. That's part of his skill set is to be a physical guy, and if he's going to be physical, he knows that there will be challenges along the way, and he's more than willing to accept them.